All right, it's hands-on challenge time. So, our challenge is to create an Apex class that uses the future annotation to update account records. So, the first step, create a field on the account object called number of contacts C of type number. This field will hold the total number of contacts for the account. Let's do that first. So go to your Trailhead playground. I'm on my playground now and heading up to setup. In the account object here, and fields and relationships, number of contacts. I'm going to create a new one, which is a number. So next, number of contacts. Let's make it 50, so 5 decimals. Okay, next, and everybody can see this field. Add it to all the page layout and save. So we just created a new field, which is number of contacts C, which is a type of number. So next, create an Apex class called AccountProcessor that contain countContacts method that accept list of account IDs. So I'm going to first create the shell. I'm going to copy the class name, head over to my playground and open my developer console here, and close all this previous one. We have new Apex class and account processor. So we have a shell public class account processor. Let's refer back to our playground. So we want to create a method that accepts a list of account IDs with future annotation. So countContacts. So if I scroll up here, we have some sample which we can reuse. So for example, let's scroll up here. So this is an example of the future method, right? Global class, some class, which we have now already. So add future and then public, it has to be static void some future method list of ID and record ID, right? This is a good example. Let's just copy this whole thing already. So I'm going to copy that and scroll down here and rename the method to be not AccountProcessor. It's countContacts. I'm going to paste the method over here first and tidy up, shift tab. So it's a future method, public static void. It's called whoa, what did I do there? countContacts, right? countContacts with an S, right? countContacts that accept list of account IDs. Okay, whoops. Oh, this is my other stuff. Okay, account IDs. So list of IDs, let's name this account IDs. Okay, account IDs. So we have list of account, which is accounts. Houston, we have a problem. Well, let's change this to account IDs. So list of account, select ID name from account where ID in account IDs. But we also want to select the contacts, comma. So for example, select ID first or just the ID would be fine, from contacts. So we are selecting the account ID, account name, but then the ID of the contacts within the account as well, right? So from account where ID in account IDs, which is here, which is being passed here. Okay, so I'm gonna save this first, and then it's time to process account records to do awesome stuff here. All right, so we have the list of accounts, right? Okay, so now we want to iterate, through the list of account here. All right, so for what is the object? Is the account object. For the account object, let's name the variable ACC, right, of accounts, which is this part here. So we are going to loop through each accounts, right? And then we want to make a new list of contacts, like that. So let's name it contact list, and it's the ACC dot contacts. All right. So this will contain whatever we have from here, from the contacts. It's going to be inside the list there, right? Oh, I add an S there. My bad. It's contact, not contacts. All right. So now ACC dot number of contacts, which is the field we just created, right, is equals to contact list dot size. The size of, oopsie daisy, the size of this list here, right? The size of this list is going to be the number of contacts. You got that? Now, we want to actually bulkify this. So let's create another list on here, maybe on here. List of account, same thing, but it's, let's name this account to update, okay? Or yeah, accounts to update. Okay, so it's a new list of account. Boom. New list of account. Okay. So we have a new list, which is accounts to update. So we want to add, because this is for bulkifying it, right? We want to add accounts to update at ACC, which is this ACC here. So we want to add the accounts to update list with this new ACC iteration. So we don't want to do a DML within the loop. We don't want to do a DML inside this loop. We don't want to do that. That is a bad thing to do. We want to bulkify it, so a DML has to be outside of the loop. Okay, remember that. So now we want to update the list. Update accounts to update. Boom. Yeah, well, you can do a catch or a try and catch here, but let's just make it simple. Let's just do the update. So that's basically the class. So we have a class AccountProcessor, and we have a future method, which is countContacts. It's accepting a list of ID, which is account IDs, right? So first off, we want to create a list which will hold the accounts to update later on. We are doing that. And then we do a SOQL query put this in this accounts variable, do a circle, select ID name and the context from the account object where the ID is in the account ID list here. You got that? And then for account, then we iterate over this list, over this accounts list, and then we say we create a new list of contact list, and we name it, we assign the contacts from here into this list, and then we determine the size of the contacts. Is it 1 or 2? And then that would be the number of contacts for that account. And then we add that account iteration into the accounts to update list and add them into there, like how many iterations there are, right? And then do one DML, which is already backified, and we are done. So I'm going to save this and do some tests. Okay, so now if we do some tests, for example, we want to pass a list of ID, right? So if I go back to my Trailhead playground, let's pick up an account or accounts that has a couple of lists or a couple of contacts. I think I created one, I forgot though. Gene Point. How many contacts? Yeah, Frank and Edna. So Gene Point have 2 contacts. So I'm going to copy that and go here and file, not file, I'm going to do Command E for execute anonymous. Okay, and then I'm going to create a new list of account. Okay, let's name it list of account, right? Accounts equals new list of account, instantiate that, right? Then oh, that's actually wrong. List of IDs, account ID, right? Account IDs are what? Yeah, new list of ID. Now, because we are passing account IDs, not an actual account records. Okay, so now account ID IDs dot add, right? We want to add the list, right? This guy. Okay, so we have one account ID added there, and then I want to do this account processor dot countContacts, account processor dot countContacts, account IDs. So you get what I'm doing here. First I create the list of IDs, which is account IDs, and then I add this record ID into the account IDs, and then I call this method countContacts, which will run here and pass it there. So before I do that, I want to make sure I can see the details over here. The number of contacts should be blank. Where is the number of contact field? Number of location. I think I added on the page layout, did I? Number of, oh here, number of contacts here, it's blank, right? Right now it's blank, and then if I run that anonymous code, this will be populated to 2 because we have 2 contacts here, Frank and Edna. So if I go back here, this is blank. Now I just add this record, and I'm going to execute and open the log there. Boom. Looking good, right? Now I'm just gonna flip back here it should have 2 here if I refresh this record. Woohoo! It is working as expected. Okay, so next we are going to create a test class. So I'm going to close this out, and this is good to go. But now we have to create a test class to test this out. Okay, now let's create the test class, new Apex class. Let's check the name of the test class we need to create. AccountProcessor test. Let's copy that. AccountProcessor test. AccountProcessor test. Okay, we have a shell here. So if I check on the test example over here, let's just copy this code and I'm going to paste it here and modify it. AccountProcessor test. So here, AccountProcessor test is a test class, is a test method. We want to rename this test count contacts. Test count contacts, and then we don't need to do any HTTP mock, and I want to take this out for now. Okay, now we want to take this out for now. So for a future method, we need to do start test and stop test. Okay, now before we get into testing the future method, let's create an account first. So account, new account equals new account, and the name of the account is task account, and then we insert new account. Now let's make 2 contacts here. Contact, new contact 1 equals new contact, right? And then let's name first name equals John, last name Doe, and then account ID equals new account ID. Let's create a new contact again. I'm going to copy that. New contact 2, Jane Doe, right? And then we have to insert this. Insert new contact 1, right? And then insert new contact 2. Okay. Okay, so now like the execute anonymous test, or the test that we did before from our command E here, see, we can also add the same thing here. I'm just going to copy this code from our previous test. I'm going to copy this out and paste it over here. Tidy up, Shift Tab. So now we have a list of ID, account ID, list of ID, but account IDs dot add. I want to add the ID of this account, new account dot ID. So new account dot ID. So you add that to the list, right? Now this list, this account IDs has the new account dot ID, right? Now, then we can do this test inside the test start test and test stop test. So tidy up again, boom. So now AccountProcessor.countContacts, this one. So we should have two, right? Okay, so I think that should do the trick. You have the test start test, test stop test, and then you do the countContacts method. And let's save this. Now we want to have 100% code coverage. What can we be missing from here? I think it's really simple. I think that's it. So I'm going to run the test over here. It's a success. Let's go to the tests tab. It's a green check mark, and let's see. Account processor 100% coverage there. So if I double click, it's all blue. So that being said, we are ready to grab our 500 points. So this is the test code. First, we create the account, and then we create two contacts to the account, and we assign this new account ID to this list, and then we do the test start test, and then we actually call the method AccountProcessor.countContacts, pass the account IDs over here, and that's it. And this is the account processor class, which is really simple, and we've discussed about this already. So without further ado, let's grab our 500 points, and bada bing, bada boom. I will see you on the next video, which is use batch Apex. I'll see you shortly. Boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new Trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video, and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.